Okay, my name is Osaji, and welcome to my channel. You can call me CMS or CMS Dev, whatever you like. So today I'll be talking about how the web actually work. So how the data flows from your device down to the server you're asking a request from, and then back to you. So let's dive in. Let me remove this one. So how does the web work? Now, from your device, most of the time when we want to go to YouTube, just search www.youtube.com. But we should actually ask ourselves, how does it just bring out those videos and all those stuff? So let me just visit it. So you see what's up, youtube.com. So now it's very fast, and then I can watch car week preseason. I can watch our elections. I know I can view load of stuff in an instant. This stuff is just very fast, and that can even click on this and then I watch the
This
full
Sunday
video of
morning.
some
Lots
that
to
actually
digest
stream,
from.
actually do a video from UK. So how is all possible? Now that is what I want to explain. So from your own device in your own house here, for example, from your phone or from your laptop, anyone, you search for www.youtube.com. This request travels from let me say I'm the one here now. I'm in Nigeria now. This request travels from Nigeria down to wherever the server of YouTube is actually located. And this is mostly UK, US, maybe in any other country, and it's very far. So I'll be explaining how we can just load this page, which is actually in US. Or let's just say, for example, US, and then in a seconds, we are getting the response back very fast. So I'm good at that one also. So let me just go deep in how it's actually identify your own device, and then how the um how the flow of those requests and the response go. So from your device, once you go to Google or this URL and you search youtube.com, the web doesn't just magically know youtube.com. No, the web nobody knows youtube.com. Nobody knows, okay, this is youtube.com. No, the web doesn't know anything about that. So now how does the web actually track this youtube.com that was able to bring out this page? Okay, now from your device, um from your device, you send a request. So this request, it you send your IP address. And what does MAC address mean? That is the identification number of your PC or phone or any devices you are using to send a request. So that is MAC address. And then the request of what you need, that is youtube.com. And then this route to your tower, which is we do hear tower, MTN tower, and if you are outside the country, you can hear Vodafone, line, T-Mobile, I guess with other ones. So it route to this tower, and this tower routes it down to that ISP or the data center, which then route it down to the global router. So let me just put this English, make it simple. Let's just call it router, or a large data center of data center, different. Okay, let me kind of say it like this, like the way MTN is in Nigeria, T-Mobile is in US. All of them, they are communicating together. So now MTN data center propagate this request, and it's just like on the streets. You take a microphone and say, who knows the IP of youtube.com. I have a request for youtube.com. And then T-Mobile from US kind of respond to MTN data center and say, yes, I know youtube.com, and then this is the IP. So give me the request, I'll forward it for you. Then the data center of MTN forward this your request and then your IP, but then it changed this your MAC address. So why does it change your MAC address? It's of two reasons. Not just say more of security, but major thing that actually happen is as you are sending this request is also entering another device or system. So if the system is forwarding that request to another system or ISP system, so it has to have to hold this identification of this system to track for to complete the request. So they replace your own MAC address with their own, but it's more like security. So um someone US doesn't really know which device, you understand, so it's more like security. But the flow is just that the tower replace the MAC address of your device with their own. So now they forward your IP, which is the public identification number, that is your, and they forward it to the router or T-Mobile. Since we are using that example, they forward it to T-Mobile, then the MAC address, and then your request that I'm looking for www.youtube.com. Then, because T-Mobile already knows the IP of youtube.com, so he forward that request to youtube.com server, which the server read your request and say, okay, you are asking for youtube.com homepage. Then it search its own database and then say, okay, give me all the content you have for my homepage, for the homepage of youtube.com. And then when it returns it to the server then route it back. But before routing back, then the response they change in the way the flow goes back now. Now, before routing back, the IP becomes its own IP, then the destination becomes its own destination. So um, my battery is low. I'm coming. Just a minute. Let me off my fan. Okay. So back now, the it changed its own the destination is known for this for YouTube YouTube server, because in here now we don't know the IP of YouTube. So that is why we are forwarding the request to the tower, with the tower to propagate it to this router. This router respond send a response to this tower, then he has the destination. So now if this router is sending the request to this server, then it send it to the tower also, or the fiber underground. Then it propagates saying who owns this destination IP, and this is my IP. And then the MTN tower kind of respond, okay, but this stuff is actually talking to different router. So if when MTN tower or data center respond saying, I know the owner of this IP or this destination, and I can take the request, then you take the request and forward it to your own device. So how come a server of youtube.com that is in US It's now very fast. Like I can we cannot get this fast. So what are they using on that wood that make it very fast? So because electricity is very fast, it's just like speed of light. They call it speed of light. Not that they call it speed of light, and they are using fiber which has copper in it, and copper transmits electricity very fast. So what makes the stuff really very fast is that you see this tower in Nigeria has a fiber which is connected directly to this router, to another router, to another router, to the ocean, to the ground, everywhere. They are all connected. They are all connected to wires. Just like me having